Shine bright up all night. We're never slowing down. Fall in love, drunk mistakes. We're bound to hit the ground. Gotta keep this feeling, keep on breathing, even if we're slipping away. So I close my eyes and lose myself now. Do it like it's only today. We got a party for a lifetime. No, we ain't stopping for the sunrise. No, we don't care about the bad nights. If for a second I can feel like this, make me feel like this. We got a party for a lifetime. No, we ain't stopping for the sunrise. No, we don't care about the bad nights. If for a second I can feel like this, make me feel like this. Young blood made of gold, a mind you can't control. Running wild, can't come down. My head is in the clouds. Gotta keep this feeling, keep on breathing, even if we're slipping away. So I close my eyes and lose myself now. Do it like it's only today. We got a party for a lifetime. No, we ain't stopping for the sunrise. No, we don't care about the bad nights. But for a second I can feel like this, make me feel like this. We got a party for a lifetime. No, we ain't stopping for the sunrise. No, we don't care about the bad nights. For a second I can feel like this, make me feel like this.
Okay, hello YouTube. I think we're on. I think it says we're doing good. We're live. Let me get rid of this here. Hold on a minute. All right, there we go. All right, so we're going to be talking today about birth charts. I hear a lot of people, they're not quite sure how to read them or even where to start. Now, I'm not saying my way is correct, but it's a lot easier to get you started to learn how to read your birth chart than going through all the different websites and stuff like I did. I found an easier way. Like I said, I'm not saying it's the right way, but it'll help you understand more of like the different houses and what planets are in the birth chart and what they mean. It really, I mean, it's really simple for those that don't know what they're doing. In today's age of information, we got Google, guys. I know a lot of people are like, Google.
Just Google it.
But seriously, it'll give you a basic definition of what that sign means in that house from a said astrologer. You know, that's a place to start. And then once you get more familiar with your houses and your astrology signs and, you know, how it goes through the body and all that, then you'll be able to read deeper into the reading. Like I said, there's a whole lot of things you can find out about yourself just by reading your birth chart. Like, let's get into it here. Let me get rid of this sign. Alright, so this is what your birth chart looks like, guys. And a lot of you guys are like, this is my birth chart. So I'm going to explain to you. Let me open my folder here. So this is the birth chart, and hold on a minute. All right. So this is my birth chart, and as you see, this little triangle thing here on the bottom, this is an explanation, in short, of what everything means in this wheel. And this wheel here, as you see, has the astrological symbols going around it. And then the planets are in the middle. So we're going to go down through this, and I'll explain to you how these things go. Oh, my brain is covering up my face. So let's do this. Oh my gosh, where's my thing in here? There we go. Okay, so there we go. Oh, my folder. Me folder. We're going to start with Buddha Adita Yoga. Well, what does this mean? As you've seen in the sun sign, or in the sign, let me go back to it. As you see in the sign, oh, that's not the right one. Oh, there it is. All right. Buddha Adita Yoga, the conjunction of the sun and Mercury. So as you see, the sun is your little pink spot here with the dot in it. And right to the left of that is Mercury. So that's what it means, in conjunction. If you look at the little graph down here, you'll see the sun, and you'll see a little, I think it's like a circle with a line. It's green. This means conjunction. You've got, let's see, it's right. Is this it? No. This is it. You have I didn't add it. Let me add it quick. I knew I forgot something. Add source. Bear with me just 1 minute here. There we go. Okay, so we have this. Okay, and this tells you what your symbols are: conjunction, opposition, square, sextile. Now they also have trine and something else. Or maybe it's sextile. I'll go ahead and upload the other graph while I'm here too, because that's just like a short explanation area there. Symbol O2. Right here, here we go. Alright, here's a bigger one. Shows you the conjunction, the sextile, the square, the trine, the opposition, the semi-sextile, the semi-square. I'm not sure what that is. Cunex. And there's more. There's another. I'll add it. Hold on. That way you guys know when doing your birth chart which symbols are which, if you need to come back to this video. Symbols. Browse. Okay. Alright. And then you've got this one, which is septile, novite, quintile, and biquintile. Okay, those I hardly see. I see this septile once in a while, but all these other ones, it's not I don't really see them. So when looking at this graph down here, with the triangle, you want to start with your sun. Always start with your sun and your moon. Your sun is your masculine, your moon is your feminine. Okay. So you start with your moon, and the moon is in the sun. You start with your sun. The sun is in conjunction with Mercury. That is considered a Buddha Adita Yoga, and what that means, and you can simply, like I said, Google's your best friend for you beginners. No, you moderate and novice. Of course, you already got meaning and experience. So this ain't going to pertain to you guys. But for those that keep asking me, I don't know what I'm reading, I don't know how to do this. This is a quick way to briefly understand your birth chart so you can figure out and find more on it. You can actually go a lot deeper than what I'm going to show you, but you'll get the basics here. So Buddha Adita Yoga. The conjunction of the Sun and Mercury is known as Buddha Adita Yoga. This is royal conjunction. Buddha means Mercury, Adita stands for the Sun, and Yoga represents intelligence, education. Also, it signifies someone who is gifted in dealing with leadership and calculations. Alright. It also says, if you want to go like a little bit deeper, like I said, you'll find things that you can go a little bit deeper with. Same thing here. It'll give you the conjunction means that union of planets in astrology or any birth chart. When two or more planets are camping in the same house, they form a conjunction. Conjunctions, one of our astrologers say, in birth chart give meaning to one's life. It sets a person's purpose. The conjunction of the Sun and Mercury is known as a Buddha Adita Yoga. This is a royal conjunction. Buddha means Mercury, Adita stands for the Sun, and Yoga represents intelligent education. Also, it signifies someone who is gifted in dealing leadership and calculations. The Buddha Adita Yoga is only created in a few houses. They are the first house, the fifth house, and the 11th house. The Sun and Mercury conjunction makes a strong, opinionated person. This majestic combination may benefit a native in the position of authority. This conjunction shows strong intellect in a person, especially in the academic sense. All right. Now, I want to take a minute here and explain houses, because not many people, they might not know about the houses. So, let me see here. All right. Here's the houses. So this is basically 1 through 12. These are your houses. And I'm not sure if I have a picture of that. It's real small in the OBS, so I gotta find a picture. I have it, I'm just not sure where. Right here. Okay. So if you look, house 1 is I am, awareness, or self. House 1 is always yourself. Alright? Always yourself. House 2 is I have. Is always like your personal resources, your personal things, like money, possessions, values, and skills. House 3 is I think. Okay, like your immediate environment, like your things around you. Mental activity, learning, siblings, communication. House 4 is nature, your inner world, like home, parents, roots, inner security. Number 5 is I serve, personal creativity, things that are within you, like romance, children, fun, creativity. 6, house 6 is over here. Usually I think that's where Virgo is. No, Virgo's up 1, so this would be Libra. So 6, house, it's like your daily life. I serve, like anything that has to do with your daily life, your work, your health, your services, your self-improvement. 7 is anything pertaining to your other half, your partner, awareness of others, like marriage and other partnerships, things that are together in your, in your life, like multiples, your home life and your work life. People you see at home, people you see at work. Number 8, I circulate. Means shared resources like sex, death, letting go, regeneration, other people's money, sharing, things like that. Number 9, I explore, is your expanded horizons, your consciousness, your creativity, It's a higher education, philosophy, publishing, religion, travel, and law. 10, I achieve your outer world, things that you want to do, things that, you have your goals set on, kind of like your career, your status, your reputation, vocational, purpose-taking power, things in that category. Number 11, I aspire, your group contribution, things that pertain, things that will make you contributional to the world, to benefiting yourself and helping your intuition or your dreams or your goals possible, like friends, groups, goals. There it is, goals and aspirations. Number 12 is I dream, your spiritual life, your place you're going, your future, solitude, intuition, institutions, transcendence, self-sabotage. Main word, transcendence. You're getting ready, you're back, that's the end of your wheel, house 12. So it's really good to, if you're a beginner, to get a chart like this. If you have to, ask me in the comments. I'll make sure I email you one, if you're comfortable with giving your email out or whatnot. Contact me on any social media site. I'll send it to you in Messenger or whatnot. I'm on Facebook, I'm on MeWe, and I'm on Twitter. So any one of them, you can find me. Like I said, I'll give you any picture that you see in these videos. All you got to do is ask. But I would get familiar with your houses as well as your astrological symbols. These symbols, when reading your chart, are going to be key. Let me find them. Alright. Your zodiac signs and your points, meaning your points are your planets, your Sun, your Moon, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Pluto, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune. Some add Chiron and some don't. Some add your North Node and your South Node, where some don't. So it depends on what horoscope app or site that you're using, because they'll give you the option to fill it out. Like I said, beginners just start basic with your, I think it's, what is it? Pleasable or Pleiadable, or the very first one. It starts with a P, I think. But I would definitely get most familiar with your houses and your signs and your planets. That's first and foremost. And I'll show you why. You can look up online and find stuff like this where it gives you the planet, it gives you the symbol, and it gives you the description of what that, like the sun's creative potential, personality, identity, the urge to create and to be. That's what the sun means. So when you see that in a certain house with a planet, you put all this together, and it's telling you a lot about yourself according to your birth chart. So I mean, like I said, it can get very deep, but it's up to you to further that research. Yeah, you can go get somebody else to read it for you, but what fun is that? Wouldn't you like to know for yourself? Because then you know exactly what it says, and you can steer your life. You have control of your life, basically. Think about that. Alright, so let's get back to the birth chart here. So as you see, the sun is in the first house, or I guess that would be like the 12th house, 11th house, somewhere around there, with Mercury. So if we move on, we see, according to these red lines and according to this graph down here, if you go further down to the next sign, it's opposition. That sign is equaling an opposition. So what's that mean? Well, with the Sun-Saturn opposition in your chart, in your natal chart, you are well aware of your capabilities and what you can achieve, but sometimes end up distracted. The Sun opposite Saturn transit motivates us to succeed and helps us keep up our efforts no matter the obstacles. The Sun represents the self in astrology, both in how we manifest our personalities, but also in what hides behind our soul purpose. So that's what that means when the Sun is opposite Saturn in the birth chart, like you see here. Sun, you can follow it down to the H looking like thing, that is Saturn. It's opposition Saturn. Okay, so next one. And like I said, you can simple Google will help you do this, so that you can so that you can get a basis foundation of how to start. And as you read on and read into it, you'll discover more things, and it's really quite fascinating. All right, so our next sign, if we go over here, is the moon. Okay, like I said, we always start with the sun, and then we move on to the moon. So the moon, what's the moon mean? Well, the moon and Mars here, as you see in my chart, square, the moon, Mars, square in natal chart means you can make others fall in love easily with your charm and sensuality, sensuality. When the moon square Mars transits in a full action, it may be challenging for some to keep being interested in the same things and to remain committed. In astrology, the moon represents our deepest feelings and needs. Okay, so that's what the moon means. Squared, what was it? I think Mars. Yeah. Next we go down to, what is that? The moon. Moon square Neptune. That'd be the next symbol down under the moon. It's a square. It means it's squared. If you go all the way over to the right, that tells you the planet. Squared Neptune. You can see it in the chart up here. The moon is squared Neptune. Alright, what's that mean? What does moon square Neptune do in the natal chart? Moon square Neptune in the natal chart makes you extremely sensitive, deeply sympathetic, and acutely perceptive. Relationships with women and the public will have a major influence on your emotion, well-being, and how sociable you are. Okay. So then we go on. We just and this is basically, how you read your chart. And as you go on, it'll get easier. You'll be able to do it, just like your daily horoscopes. You can find, when you get your daily horoscopes or your daily birth charts, or daily charts for, what's today bringing, what's in the skies for today. You can do the same thing with, with today. Just put your birth chart as today and it'll show you. Okay, so next we have, it looks like, Mercury opposition Saturn. Okay, and if you, like I said, if you follow it down, it's got Mercury, and it's in opposition. Kind of looks like the red barbells. It's in opposition with Saturn. What's that mean? When you Google it, it tells you. The Mercury opposition your Saturn, you may have a difficult childhood due to problems with your father that may make you suspicious, insecure, defensive, or depressed. You're traditional, reserved, intelligent, responsible, shy, ambitious, and hardworking. Your education may be interrupted, but knowledge will be gained from life and through books. How fitting that is. I didn't have a good relationship with my dad. And I didn't go really to school, as you guys know that. So my education came through personal life experience and books. So, I mean, it's right on key there. Like, childhood played out just that way. Guys, I tell you, this is fascinating when you get into this stuff. Alright, so our next one on the chart would be Mercury squares Uranus. I have it marked down as Mercury squares your ass. I must have been a little medicated that right then and there. Okay, so Mercury squares Uranus. Mercury square Uranus transit brings excitement and change to your daily routine and interactions, which can cause upsets and nervous tension. You may receive upsetting news or experience something unexpected that forces you to change plans, the normal tempo of life, increases, and you may have an unsettling feeling of always having to catch up. All right. Now, remember also, like I said, going deeper in this, I'm just showing you the basics, of getting started. To get deeper, you can look at what planet and what house, and also look into that. Like I said, it goes much deeper, but I'm just giving you the basics right now for those people that are like, I'm lost, I don't know where to go. So, all right, so the next one we have would be, according to the birth chart, Mercury trine Pluto. Okay, let me get a drink, guys. All right. Mercury trine Pluto. Let me find it here. Mercury trine Pluto in the natal chart gives a deep and inquisitive intellect. Your powerfully penetrating mind, focus, and determination allow your to hone a particular skills and become an expert in your chosen field. Everybody knows what my chosen field is. It's ghost hunting. So, all right. Next one, according to the birth chart. Let me go back to the birth chart. Should be Venus in opposition with, I think it's Mars. Yes, Venus opposite Mars in the birth chart. What does that mean? Venus opposite Mars transit increases sexual attraction and physical desire, but also sexual tension. If you are involved in a healthy relationship, the tensions can be released with heightened stimulation and enjoyment. However, an already tense relationship could see tempers boil over because of selfishness and wandering eyes. So the next one, according to the birth chart, is Venus trine Jupiter, according to the birth chart. We're going down this little triangle thingy here. Okay. Graph would be the better way to say it. Venus trine Jupiter. Did I go the wrong way? Without harsh aspects affecting this trine, you can expect a life of ease and comfort earned through previous incarnations of love, service, even with associated challenging aspects. Venus trine Jupiter will lessen any hardships and bring love and joy into your life. Alright. Next one is Mars sextile Jupiter. What does that mean? Let me find the thing. Mars sextile Jupiter means natal gives strength, courage, honesty, and generosity. You are the person who gets things done while others procrastinate and make excuses. You use your initiative to tackle any task with energy, enthusiasm, and optimism. This is an aspect of successful actions. Mars opposition with Neptune, as you see on the graph here. Mars opposite Neptune transit can bring discouragement, weakness, and feelings of inadequacy. This is a low point in your energy regarding sexuality and competitiveness. This is not the time to be striving hard for success, as you would come up against strong opposition and your chance of winning is not good. Now again, like I said, you can take this a lot further by finding out where that house is or where that planet is according to that sign and in what house as to what it would be pertaining to. So, like I said, I'm just giving you the basics so you guys can do this on your own. I won't have to tell you. I'll just say refer to said video. Alright, so the next one we have is Mars trine Pluto. Did I say that one? Yes. So it's actually Jupiter trine Neptune according to the chart. Alright, here we go. Jupiter trine Neptune natal makes you an optimistic, generous, and spiritual person. You are on a spiritual journey this life to understand and be at one with God. Religion and prayer may interest you, but personal spiritual enlightenment is more your sense. Alright, Jupiter in opposition with Pluto is our next symbol. Okay. Jupiter, where is that? Jupiter in opposition. Here we go. Alright. So the birth chart opposition between Jupiter and Pluto is suggestive of a big ego and a personal magnetism that leaves people conflicted. When the Jupiter opposite Pluto transit occurs, people can find themselves being stuck in different conflicts with their loved ones. So what is the problem with Jupiter opposite Pluto? Psychopathic tendencies and satanic ritual abuse are just one of the many ways this aspect can play out. Jupiter opposite Pluto is a powerful rod, but is a conductor. The problem with this aspect is in identifying too much with the power that is being channeled. Alrighty, and in our last one, we see, what do we see? What is that? Neptune sextile Pluto. Alright, so the very last one is Neptune sextile Pluto. Now what the bottom ones are, I haven't quite figured that out. I think it's like MC or something. I got to do more research, so that's why I didn't go over them ones and skip them ones, because I myself still am not too sure what those are. I'm still learning. When I figure it out, I'll do another video explaining for moderate, and we'll go further into it. So, as far as Neptune sextile Pluto, natal transit. Neptune sextile Pluto transit will be felt in a similar way to the natal aspect. Neptune sextile Pluto natal gives a pioneering spirit, making you unafraid to challenge the accepted way of thinking and doing things. You can totally disconnect, totally deconstruct any aspect of life, a system, belief, or procedure. Alright. Like I said, you know, you can take it a lot more further than that. This was just the basics in, you know, getting familiar with your birth chart and how to do it without messing up or getting totally beside yourself. Get a piece of paper and a pen, you know, and look at your birth chart and just go down symbol by symbol. Look it up, you know, and just put it together like I just showed you. And when you're ready, when you feel comfortable, you can go in deeper, like I said, with the, you know, with charts like this here. Where it has the sun, the moon, Mercury, Venus, and what they mean, their description, their symbols. You can use things like this here, where it shows you, you know, if the sun is in the constellation Aries, it means energy. Or if the moon is in the constellation Aries, it means drive. Mercury means fast if it's in Aries. There's a whole bunch of things out there that'll help you. And like I said, if you can't find nothing, you're more than welcome to contact me on one of my social sites, and I will help you out any way I can. But for beginners, if that's, if you're looking for a way to do your natal chart, that's an easy way without getting all beside yourself and upset and feeling like it's a failure and you just give up and don't understand it. Patience is a virtue. A little bit of patience, a little bit of time, you'll be running through this like you'll be helping all your friends go through theirs. Like, it's simple, it's really easy. And once you get to know the constellations, once you get to know the houses, once you get to know the symbols for the planets, guys, it's really easy. You'll start looking at this chart and you'll be like, oh yeah, okay, Mercury's in the first house. I know what that means, and you'll be able to just ramble it off. Especially those that are getting into this and they're wanting to learn tarot cards, or they're just a beginner witch, male or female. All this stuff that I'm showing you guys is beneficial to you, not just health-wise, but goal-wise, life-wise. Everything you need is in this birth chart. It tells you everything. Like, you guys now know my birth chart and what's in my, only the top level, but you get a basic gist. I'm not the guy that pumps sunshine up your hiney. I'm going to give it to you the way it is and the way I see it, the way that I believe the truth is. Like I said, it's my truth. It's the way I believe the truth to be, according to the research that I have done. You don't have to agree with me. I don't expect anybody to agree with me, and that's fine. But I'm comfortable, after this last 10 years and many thousands of dollars and long road and ups and downs I went through, I'm comfortable with saying, I'm a practicing sorcerer, and I believe in the paranormal. I'm a paranormal investigator, and I believe it's in my birth chart. All that I'm doing now was in my birth chart. It's just I got wrapped up in man's silly little traditions and steered off of that for 10 years. Had I not, I'm pretty sure Sprad Paranormal would be a prominent, I don't want to say business, because it wasn't a business, it was a hobby. It was the main reason why I put Sprad Paranormal together was to communicate with my mother after she had passed. And that's the only reason I put it together. I wanted documentation and a chance to maybe talk to her other family members on the other side. And, well, I'll be bringing the video out here a little later on an interview that Sprad did when they were in Colorado. We did. And then I'll start adding more content as I go through it, and more investigations come up. And, I want a couple places I want to go, so I'll be putting them on the YouTube channel as well. I'll be putting them on the webpage, www.spradparanormal.com. Like I said, guys, it's all in the birth chart. You can learn a lot about yourself if you just have the effort to want to start. It doesn't take a brain scientist or a rocket scientist. Look, like I tell you guys, I've only got a 6th grade education, and I can learn how to do this. So if I, being the dumbass that I am, dyslexic and making up my own alphabet, you can do it too. Don't let nobody stop you, especially if you feel this is your path. Got it? There will be people that will try to stop you. There will be people that say, oh, that's evil. You don't listen to them. Follow your own intuition, or you might just get stuck like I did for 10 years. But like I said, it was a very valuable lesson, and after what had happened to me, I needed to see if that side was real. Because I definitely knew that the paranormal side was now real. I mean, I kid you not, I had a demon chasing me. Like, I'm not playing around. You guys can sit there and laugh all you want and be like, this motherfucker's a joke. Come to my house. I will take you where I went. Dude, I'm telling you, a demon will chase you from that graveyard. I am not playing around. Many other people have seen it. Many other people have been chased away from that graveyard. Till you walk into a house and the door shut in front of you or behind you, there's a lot of things that have happened that made me wonder, was the God side real? Well, like I said, after 10 years and a couple $1,000, it is, but not the way you guys look at it. It's not nowhere close. So, and like I said, we'll get more into that on this channel. Be looking on Sprad Paranormal's channel here on YouTube. I'll be uploading something, I don't know, probably before the end of next week. I'm got to get everything together and edit it and run it through the weight pad and everything. So, just be looking for content there as well, and the webpage. Guys, if you like this video, please hit the like button. If you're not too scared of the little symbol I use, hit that subscribe button. And may the gods bless you. I'm out for the night. See you later.